We're going to try out some ways to build a castle, and I'm going to start by folding a paper in half to give myself two smaller rectangles. And now I'm cutting on that fold. Folding is a great way that you can mark out a line. And you may remember this from last week. This is our fringe. I'm now going to fold one tab back every other tab. See how I'm skipping a space? This is how I'm going to make my castle wall. And I just want this to stand up without any glue. So I'm going to make a fold on one side and a fold on the other side, and my castle piece will stand up. No glue, no tape. I think I'd like to build a tower next. I'm going to go ahead and add some windows. If you want to draw on your paper, it helps to draw it before you try to make it pop up into a 3D object. I'm going to now roll my paper and get some glue. Remember when you are gluing a 3D object, it helps to hold it for a few seconds. Otherwise, it might come undone. And this is going to be my tower. I'm going to take a square and cut off the chocolate chips. Then I'm going to cut off the baby chocolate chips. Maybe you remember what I'm doing. I am making a cone. Once I have cut off my baby chocolate chips, I'm ready to cut out a piece of pie. And if I close the mouth, it will pop up. I'm going to add some glue. And I just added glue to the end so that it can hold the paper. And there is my cone. My tower came undone. If something doesn't work, try it again. And this time, I'm going to hold it for a few seconds longer. All right, I think it's good. And now I have my tower top. Oh, you could add some glue or some tape would be better, or you could add a piece of paper to attach it. I'm now going to try to build the part of the castle that has a cutout opening. And if I just made a cutout opening, I need to know how to make this stand without any glue or tape, because not everybody has glue or tape. So I'm going to make a notch and another notch, and we're going to hold this standing up with a piece of paper. I'm cutting off a nice thick rectangle, and I'm going to make a notch and another notch. And when we put these two together, we have the slot and notch. And I'm using the white paper to pull it into a roll that curves, so it'll stand up on its own. Oh, doesn't seem to be standing up. I think I need to make it closer together. So I'm going to pull out my rectangle and make a notch further down, and that makes it pop up more. Great. So now it stands up on its own, and this is kind of what it looks like laying flat. So now I have an object with no tape, no glue, and it stands up on its own, like my first castle wall. I'm going to make the drawbridge, and I was thinking because of these lines, I should make a folded pleat. The folded pleat goes back and forth. I'm using the rainbow paper that I made. And when I pop it open, I could use this as the drawbridge. Maybe I could find a way to make it go up and down without knocking the castle over. But I also think I could use this as stairs. So I'm going to add glue, and I'm going to grab the first castle wall that I made, and I'm adding glue up to the top so that someone can walk up to the top of the wall like steps. Great. If you don't have glue, remember that you can still draw on your paper. Like I'm going to draw some bricks to this fringe paper. And if the tabs bother you where they fold over, you can cut them off. Just be careful not to cut off all of your tabs. I'm going to use the fold, 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 fold method to make this pop up. And I'll let it curl in so that it stands up on its own without any glue or tape. And now I'm going to do something silly. I'm going to draw myself an island. I'm sure that you could color better than Miss Cozy is adding color right now. But around my island, I'm going to add some water so that it becomes a moat and the land around the moat. This is almost like a placemat for my castle. You could add other details if you wanted to build one of these. Now I'm going to put my castle pieces together. Oh geez, my island is really small. I'm arranging my castle pieces to try to make a pop-up. I didn't want to glue my castle completely together because then I can still change it up as I play with it. Or I could change it up. I'm going to make this be the front and have a tower on each side. I know it looks kind of silly from the top. I'm going to move the camera in a moment. And here we go. Look at my castle. I even drew a drawbridge to cross the moat. And one of the nice things about making a pop-up castle, you could add different things. You could add some toys. You could make some people. You could knock over your castle with a giant frog. Rabbit, rabbit. Have fun. I'm looking forward to seeing your castles.